What's good, Nessa Gang? Welcome back to my channel. If you're a new viewer, what's good? Make sure that thumbs up, subscribe if you're part of Nessa Gang, because Nessa Gang is the best gang of all gangs, period. So, I wanted to do this video because I know that I have a lot of new followers since I first did a video like this. I think I did like a 50 to 100 questions back when the trend was popular, back when I first started my YouTube channel around like 2010, 2012-ish. And I feel like I changed a lot. So I was like, you know what? Let's get to know each other. So I just looked up 100 questions, or just like questions to ask, and this specific website has 100. I don't know if I'm gonna do 100. It depends on how long this video turns out. First of all, do y'all see how the camera follow me? Your girl got a new camera. I broke mine a few months ago and I was kind of bummed out. I was recording on my phone, but if you look closely, it's cracked, and like when I take pictures and videos from the back camera, it's a little bit blurry. So I was like, you know what, let me stop playing and get a camera. So your girl got a camera and I'm obsessed with it. I'm looking at myself to make sure I'm in the camera. I got the little app and stuff like that. I look a little bright. I need some sun, clearly. Let me make the light a little bit warm, because I look like a ghost. Oh, you're following me. That's weird. Okay, I feel like I have a little bit more color now. Let's get started. Okay, first question. Who is your hero? I say myself. I used to always stall when answering this question. Like, who do you look up to? Who's your hero? I never had one. I never like really looked up to anybody. I just had a lot of examples of what I didn't want to do or experience. So that was kind of like my motivation in life, and still is. If you could live anywhere, where would it be? I don't know, I feel like America is just getting really bad, like it's just really not. Let me turn this down because I feel like it's too loud and I don't want to get copyrighted. Okay, so I feel like America is getting a little like greedy. It's not the home of the free anymore, it's the home of the greedy. Because I just saw a TikTok about it. Bali, they don't seem greedy and it looks like a vibe. But then again, I just came back from Puerto Rico and it's a tropical island, and there was just a whole lot of going on over there, and I don't know if I can do tropical. I'm gonna have to do my research, let's just say that. But if I could move out the country, I would. Or if I wasn't scared, you know what I'm saying? What's your biggest fear? I would say, well, growing up, it's always, and even to this day, been scared of the dark. I ain't gonna lie to you. If I'm by myself, I am, but like if I'm around people and stuff like that, I'd be good. My other fear is to lose my baby. My baby is my soft spot. What is your favorite family vacation? Growing up, I never really traveled. Like we didn't really go out. So, yeah. What would you change about yourself if you could? I would say the overthinking, but then again, I don't know. I'm gonna say nothing. What really makes you angry? When people test my character, that'll do it. What motivates you to work hard? The fact that it's not that hard. It's all about consistency and just knowing that other people have made a living for themselves by doing the most simplest things. Right place, right time, or they're on the right crowd and stuff like that. So that's what motivates me. Like, if I'm supposed to have it, I'm gonna have it, and yeah. What is your favorite thing about your career? That I'm doing things, trying things, and meeting people that I probably wouldn't have, well, I'm sure I wouldn't have if I would have never had a platform. So shout out to y'all for making all of those things happen for me. It's been a game changer. I want to point out, I've said it many times before, but when I try things that people don't necessarily agree with, like, oh, you're a mom, you can't do that, or oh, you have a lot of younger people watching you, you can't do that. I'm not here to be a role model. If that's what people look at me as, that is amazing, that is great, but I'm here to show y'all that I came from the bottom. I grew up so lazy. Y'all could do it. Like, it's really not difficult. The hardest part is to try, and then the second hardest part is to stay consistent, because life be lifing, I ain't gonna lie to you. But you have to have a lot of self-discipline, and that's all it really takes, for real. Hard work beats talent. You can be so perfect in certain things, but if you don't have that drive and you can't find that motivation, if you're just sitting in your sorrow, and sitting there feeling bad for you, child, those dreams are gonna stay dreams. They're never gonna become a reality. So that's the best thing and my favorite thing about this job, to be able to make and create my own reality just by posting. What is your biggest complaint about your job? Having to be consistent. Especially if you're a lazy girl. If you're somebody who just get up, go, 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 like wake up and you're just like more of a hyper person, this is perfect for you. Especially if you don't have no friends. Most people who make it online are like weirdos or the black sheep, the people who don't feel like they really fit in. That was me. I'm not gonna lie, I don't blame people when they don't start, but then again, it's like, if this is your goal and you keep saying this is what you want, like I can't even take you seriously if you're not posting. What is your proudest accomplishment? When Rihanna hired me, Savage X Fenty, I was so proud. First big company I worked with was Fashion Nova. I was proud about that. But the Savage X Fenty, like when it first came out, I was like, yes, I am manifesting way more opportunities like that, because that was really, really cool. What is your child's proudest accomplishment? I feel like gymnastics. My baby is a gymnast. She's always doing the splits. She puts chairs together and just like sits there and eats in a split. She's working on getting her split super straight. She really, really enjoys that. She loves dancing. She's a character. What is your favorite book to read? A book series that I was really, really interested in that had me in a chokehold was The Lost Boy. It was about a boy that was in the foster care system and was like sickly abused. What makes you laugh the most? I don't know, but as far as comedians, I feel like Kevin Hart is like the only comedian that could really make me crack the freak up. What was the last movie you went to? What did you think? The last movie I went to was, I think it was one of the Fast and Furious movies. And it was good. I love all of those movies. I was trying to watch them from the beginning to now, like when they first started. And you can't find them. It's so hard to find every single one. You have to download and have a subscription for like all of the freaking channels and subscriptions. But what did you want to be when you were small? They could have said when you were younger, because I'm still small. I wanted to be a veterinarian, y'all know what I'm talking about, because I really loved animals. I grew up with pets. And then I wanted to be a cosmetologist, but then growing up I realized that I was shy, and how was I gonna do that if I was terrified of talking to people? Until I got a job at Panda Express, which was terrifying, but eventually the people are like numbers and it becomes a lot easier. I kind of got over that, but like I have a hard time charging people, even to this day, like charging people. So I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna be able to like do people's hair and or makeup if I am too nice. Like, no, that's not gonna work for me. That's not a good idea. Then I was like, I just want to be famous, which is crazy because I feel like a lot of people say that, but they're delusional because you don't even know how you're gonna execute that goal or that dream. And I had no plan or anything. I was just bored. The OGs know, but I started for real streaming on YouNow, and then that blew up and they weren't being fair. They didn't want to pay me, and my stuff blew up, so I went to Instagram. And then, you know, I just became a whole influencer within like a year and a half. It was crazy. And so, yeah, it's cool because I feel like I accomplished something that I said I wanted to be, and it was on accident. And I'm forever grateful. What does your child want to be when she grows up? She also said she wanted to be a vet. I'm just gonna say a vet. And then she said she wanted to be a doctor. Then she said recently she wants to be a teacher. So she don't even know. But I'm glad that she, like, you know, she could think about it, because when I was thinking about it, I was just saying whatever, like, to be honest, what other people were saying. Like, I don't know, I didn't really put much thought into it because I wasn't enrolled in things or like encouraged to learn more, do more. I was shy. So I love that about her. If you could choose to do anything for a day, what would it be? Going to a spa, like the most bougiest spa, and just be there with no worries in the world. Just be able to completely shut out the world, like time does not exist, and just be pampered the entire day. That would be my ideal day. What's your favorite game or sport to watch and play? I don't know anything about sports. I don't do sports. Would you sing at karaoke night? No, I've never been to karaoke and I don't plan on it. What two radio stations do you listen to? Well, in Michigan, it's 104.5 and 105.3, like the hip hop, pop. What would you rather do? Wash dishes, mow the lawn, clean the bathroom, or vacuum the house? I'd rather vacuum the house. I don't like cleaning. I have dyshydratic eczema, and it gets triggered by chemicals, even like down to the lotions and like my bath wash. I have to be careful because it could really trigger it, and so my hand becomes super itchy. It could become painful and super big. So I try to stay away or wear gloves all the time. So I feel like vacuuming is more of my alley. If you could eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be? I feel like I want to say seafood, but I haven't had it in a long time. After I gave birth, my appetite has changed drastically. Like I feel like I have to throw up when I eat too much, or if I look at something and it looks a little bit weird or smells weird. Like if I'm thinking too hard about it, I will have like a really bad gag reflex and like literally throw up. So I want to say that, but I feel like that'll get old fast. So I'm gonna just stick with Chick-fil-A. Have you ever had a nickname? What was it? My nickname when I was younger was Bubbles because I used to really love and be obsessed with Bubbles. That's what my mom said. But to be fair, it was because I never got anything that I wanted as a child. I feel like only one or two things that I have ever got that I really wanted. And the reason why I wanted Bubbles so bad was because I went to daycare and the bubbles was like huge, the big ones where you grab it and you go like this and it makes a huge bubble. I was obsessed with that, and because there were so many other kids, I never had a chance to play with it because all the other kids wanted to play with it and I always been shy. So I wanted that so I can experience it, but I never did because I never got anything that I wanted. And I don't know if it's because I've never really been the type to ask for anything at all, like ever, now that I think about it, unless it's just something that I don't remember. I don't remember ever asking for anything except for one thing. One Christmas I was begging for the little dog, a fur pet. It's like roof roof, and I had a white one. I really wanted a white one, and it like follows you. It follows your voice or something like that. Oh my god, I was obsessed with that thing. I was so in love. I didn't want anything else, but that's the only thing that I remember. Do you like or dislike surprises? Why or why not? I always said that I don't like surprises, and maybe that's why I didn't ever get surprised until like my adult life, and even then I feel like I've only been surprised like a handful of times. But I realized that I do like surprises, but I don't like when I know there's a surprise coming, you know, because it gives you anxiety. I already think too much. Like I don't want to think about nothing, you know. For example, like if you're gonna plan my birthday or something, if I know you're gonna do that, I'm gonna be so anxious, one, but mainly I want to look a certain way, you know what I mean? Like I want my hair done, my nails for sure absolutely gotta be done, my skin gotta be looking right, I gotta be feeling like $1 million. And if you do that and I'm not feeling like $1 million, I'm gonna be so upset, you know what I mean? And in that instance, it's like, okay, I don't like surprises because y'all not even doing it right. In the evening, would you rather play a game, visit a relative, watch a movie, or read? I would say, I don't know, because I don't have really family around me, so I can't say that. Would I like to? Maybe. Like if I was able to walk there or something like that. Other than that, probably a movie because that's like the most laziest thing. But then again, I don't watch TV. I just started watching TV being around like friends and family. But I've never really was into it because I never really had that privilege growing up. I never had like a TV in my room. I didn't grow up like that. You had to kind of like find fun. Then I started social media and that was my escape, and that was super fun to me, so I didn't need TV. I barely even know these celebrities. People are always like, oh, you know this person, you know that person. I'm like, no. I really don't pay attention to people's life. Like if I see it, but I'm not going to go look. So yeah, I just started to get into that. But I'd rather not. Like I'd rather be learning stuff. Anyway, next question. Would you rather win the lottery or work at a perfect job, and why? I'd rather win the lottery, duh. That's a no-brainer. I don't wish to work. I just want to be cute. That's it. Just wake up, be cute. Just get paid to exist. That's the thing. If money was no object, what would you do all day? Play games, catch up with friends all day, try new things. I love trying new things. I'm like a sponge. If you could go back to time, what year would you travel to? 2016, because that was an era I was stressed out. There was so many things that happened that year, but it was fun. And I wish that I would have did certain things differently, like not giving certain people the time of day. I think that's the best answer. How would your friends describe you? I don't know. I feel like too nice, caring. Hey, you can go. Huh? I'm making a video. You can go in.
Okay.
I'm doing a 50 questions, and one of the questions is, how would your friends describe you?
So good.
I know, right? The quality?
Yes.
Yeah, looking at myself to make sure I'm in the camera.
Where's the camera? Oh.
Yeah, I put it up there, everything. One of the questions is, how would your friends describe you?
Describe?
Uh-huh.
Should I say it?
Yeah.
Okay, hear me?
Uh-huh.
Bubbly, humble, nice, very fun, pretty quiet, chill, like your own space. A really good friend, motivating, inspirational. I feel like
yeah, we're just struggling right now. And I'm like, I don't know. I guess I be wondering that too.
Great friend, 10 out of 10.
Thank you. She definitely recommends 5-star, period. If y'all don't have no friends like that, y'all need to do better. And so there's this one time I was friends with these girls. I think I'm still friends with them. I don't know. I'm getting weird energy. But these girls were like, I have been friends with my childhood friends like all my life. Like people that I went to school with, like in diapers, I'm still friends with them. And I find it really weird, girls who don't. I think that's a red flag. And I was like, hold up. Hold up. Let me tell you something, because I told her, you can't really think that way, because me, I don't have friends, and there's a reason for that. I grew up bouncing house to house. My mom kept taking me out of different school districts and stuff like that, and that's really hard because you're not able to grow with friends. You always have to make new friends, and then like eventually you decide it's not even important because you don't want to get attached to somebody just to get ripped away from them. So that's why I feel like I can leave people so easily. I've had a few people I was talking to that would be like, bro, you give up easily, and it's like, you're right. Because if my own parents can leave me and neglect me and stuff like that, and you know, I didn't grow up super attached to anybody, of course it's gonna be easy for me to leave. Y'all stressing me out. What I'm gonna stay for? So I find it weird when people stay in, you know, friendships and stuff like that. Y'all staying in trauma bonds, that's what y'all used to. So anyway, I had to explain that to her, and she was kind of like, oh, and kind of like low-key dismissed me. Now that I think about it, like low-key dismissed me, like, So I don't know. Maybe that's why we're not friends, because I don't know. Maybe they think I'm a red flag, but it just wasn't meant to be, if that's the case. What are your hobbies? Oh my god, like I said, I'm a sponge. So I started pole like a year ago, but that only lasted a couple months because I sprained my wrist. If you know, you know. And it's been hard for me to start back up. But recently I went to a pole class with my friend, and we got into it, and it made me happy and excited. My first 2 classes a year ago were great because they were one-on-one, and I learned so much, and I was so freaking happy. This time I was also happy, but it was with a group this time, so there wasn't too much. It wasn't enough learning, I feel like, in a session, because, you know, you have to cater to about 10 girls. But I still love it. I'm gonna try to get back into it and try to get motivated. That was supposed to be like my fitness. I tried Pilates. I do love Pilates, but it's super expensive, and I want to try other places before I commit to one specific place, because I've only tried one place. But I like to do nails. The only reason why my nails are not done right now is because I still have to do my baby's nails before I and do my own hair. I have to put my color back in. I want to learn how to sew. I want to learn how to build things again. I had like a building class, and then like 2 weeks into it, when I was getting super invested into it, my mom ended up moving, and we ended up moving into the hood. So I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. So I want to do all of those things. I want to learn everything. But I've learned that every single thing that you want to pursue in life, it's expensive. There's a huge range of things that you need for each like hobby. So I'm thinking I need a mansion in each room. I need about 15 rooms, and each room is going to have, I'll have like 3-4 guest rooms, and the rest is going to be for each hobby, because it's getting ridiculous. What is the best gift you have been given? I don't want to be corny and say my daughter. So let me actually think of something. Let me think. Oh, Trill got me something that I really wanted. She got me shears. Hair cutting shears are like $500-$600. And when I tell people that, people be like, oh, you're crazy. And when she says it too, it's so funny. She wondered why Christmas wasn't like one of my favorite holidays, and it's because I'm like, well, because I don't usually get, I know it's the thought that counts, but like when you're used to not getting things that you actually want or care about, it's kind of like, you know, it is what it is, it's whatever. So she was paying attention, and one of the things I told her, I was like, I really need to get these shears. Like, ugh. I was like looking through my Safari. I just had one of those tabs open in my phone for like a year or two, and I was like, ugh, one day I'm gonna get these. It's not that I couldn't afford it, it's that when I'm buying something really expensive, it could be thousands of dollars, I would rather buy it for somebody else than myself. I'd be like finding a million reasons to why I don't need to buy it for myself. But I got so much better with that. I'm trying to go a little bit more into my selfish era. I feel like I'm always struggle with that, but yeah, so she got it for me. So that, I feel like that is my favorite gift. And I would say my second favorite gift is my watch. My sister got me a rose gold watch. I wish she would have got silver or gold, because like I don't wear rose gold. She probably got it because it's like a pink tone. But yeah, I don't wear it much. What's the worst gift you have received? I feel like nail polish and earrings. So when I was in high school, my mom had got, I think it was for Christmas or for my birthday, my mom went to the dollar store and she bought me like 50 earrings that were like so ugly, not trending, and looked super cheap. And it kind of like, I was of course appreciative, but it was kind of like, okay, I'm like 16. I appreciate this, but I would have much rather you just spent $20 on one thing than, you know, try to spread yourself thin. I don't know, like it was kind of just like that was my turning point where I started to realize like, yeah, no, I'm good. For the nail polish, my ex, this is when I, you know, started to get into nails. He had gotten me like dollar store, super bad, clumpy nail polish. And the reason why I would say that that was the worst is because you didn't even put any effort or thought into like, okay, what's the best one? Like you're just like, okay, here, you know, like I don't know. That just kind of made me sad because this was around Christmas and I had spent like thousands of dollars, not that the price tag matters, but on things that they really loved and enjoyed, to the point where they were so overwhelmed of like what I got them that they felt bad, so they ended up getting defensive, like, okay, you're doing too much, don't give me no more stuff, this is a lot. When they could have just been like, oh, thank you so much, like you really care, I feel bad, I'm gonna make it up to you, I'm gonna take you out, you know, stuff like that. So I feel like that was the worst, because it's like, I don't know, kind of made me a little bit weird about gifting. I feel like now if I'm gonna gift somebody something, or like I'm gonna do Christmas with somebody, we're gonna have this conversation like, okay, what is the price range? Because I don't want to overextend myself, I don't want to overdo it, I definitely don't want to underdo it. I'm the type, I'll tell you Christmas is canceled, I'm not getting nothing for you, and then still get you something because I just got to. Aside from necessities, what's one thing you could not go a day without? That's a good question. What is one thing you could not go a day without? That is a really good question. I don't know. I can't think about it, so I feel like this is a necessity, but I want to say brushing my teeth. Like, I can't even eat without brushing my teeth. And when I was a youngin', my dad used to be like, no, you eat first and then you brush your teeth because you're gonna have to brush it anyways. And technically, you're supposed to brush your teeth after everything that you eat, but you know, dentist has settled for morning and nighttime. And I just feel like that never worked for me because I will forget. You wake up, your breath be hot. And then if you was to wake up and eat, your breath smells like, you forget because your breath ain't kicking no more. So you forget, and then boom, just like that, you forgot to brush your teeth. Now your teeth turning green, it's rotten, all type of stuff. So I didn't really learn that until high school because, you know, kids are ruthless, teenagers are ruthless. And I used to be so insecure, like I just knew my breath stank. I used to not talk. I was already quiet, but like I was really quiet, not trying to get close to nobody. Because your girl would eat, because I got taught to eat first, and I would eat, and I'm getting ready for class in school, and I'm a late kind of girl. And so I was forgetting, and that's not good. So I trained myself, as soon as you take that first piss in the morning, as soon as you pee, brush your teeth. Even if you're tired, brush your teeth. So it became a routine to me, to the point where I be looking at other people like, it's been like 4 hours since you've been up, you're not gonna brush your teeth yet? You don't smell that? Your mouth don't just feel nasty? Same thing with like makeup. Like once I started getting facials, I stopped sleeping with my makeup on, to the point where it just feels like a face. Like I put a face on. Before, I didn't feel a difference. I was sleeping with my makeup, no problem. But now it's just like gross. So yeah, I want to say brushing my teeth, even though that's a necessity. That's one of the things I can't live without. List 2 pet peeves. repeating myself. I'm very soft-spoken and I just get really irritated. Also, when I tell you something and then you act like you forgot, like you don't remember, you're not listening to me. I hate repeating myself. And then the second one, I would say not keeping your word. I feel like since a kid, people's promised me things and they haven't kept their promise to the point where if I make a promise to you, I'm keeping it. I take promises super seriously. So if I'm in a relationship and they're like, promise you're not gonna do this, and I know, like, bro, no, I take this very seriously. It's like signing a contract. I'm not doing it. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? I don't even know where I see myself tomorrow. So I can't even answer that. I'm just like a go with the flow type of girl. How many pairs of shoes do you own? Like sneaker shoes, I would say like 10. I gave away and sold a lot of my stuff when I moved from Atlanta. And also, I always wore slides. A lot of my shoes were gifted to me because they must have been like, girl, you need to get your shoe game up. I don't remember the last time I bought shoes for myself. If you were a superhero, what superpowers would you have? I want to say teleporting, because I just have friends, associates, whatever you want to call them, all over the world, and I hate distance. Like, distance is, I feel like it's such an issue, and I feel like people would be less scared to move across the country and stuff if distance wasn't such an issue, obviously. So that would be it. Oh, you miss me, you say? See you in a second. What would you do if you won the lottery? I would invest in some stuff. If you can go back in time and change one thing, what would it be? I would change the day that I left my key in my car and 3 teenagers stole it because they stole my diary that has a lot of embarrassingly juicy stuff in there. And that is when like my life got super interesting, and I'm just so sad because I will never ever see that diary again. Even though I did retrieve my car, it was not in there. Because somebody knows my secrets, and I'm pretty sure I had my number on there or my email or something. Unless they just threw it away. I don't know. I hope at this point that that's what happened, because yeah, that's embarrassing. If you could share a meal with any 4 individuals, living or dead, who would they be? My brother, the child that I lost, and I feel like that's it. I can't think of anybody else. How many pillows do you sleep with? I got one really comfortable pillow. It was like $200. I think that's ridiculous. Y'all know that people sleep every day and people should be able to sleep with quality. And I know it's not technically a necessity, but it is at the same time. I feel like, personally, why would y'all be charging like $10K for the perfect bed and like $200 to $400 for a freaking pillow? That is ghetto. That is so unfair and so stupid, but supply and demand, land of the greedy. What's the longest you've gone without sleep and why? I've only pulled the all-nighter once. I would not dare do it twice. I feel like an all-nighter, the hardest parts are between like 3 and right before the sun comes up. Once the sun comes up, I'm good. Like, the sun will keep me up. Like, if I gotta keep going. When I had to move from Atlanta, I had to pull an all-nighter. I was delusional, delirious. I was feeling sick, so sick. I was so weak. It was really bad. I was running off of fumes, and then I had a coffee, and that made me feel so jittery and disgusting. It was bad. That was the worst one. What's the tallest building you've been to the top in? The one in Chicago, I think it's called the Sears Tower or something like that. Or I think now it's called the Willis Tower. Would you rather trade intelligence for looks or looks for intelligence? I would say, I feel like I've been associating with a lot of stupid people. So I would say I would trade looks for intelligence. One thing I say people with no intelligence has is the audacity, okay? How often do you buy clothes? I feel like I only buy clothes like twice a year, to be honest, because a lot of these companies, I don't have to, because a lot of companies just send it to me. Have you ever had a secret admirer? Yeah, but it turned into a stalker. It was like really weird. If you know, you know. If you're OG, you know. But they were talking to all my friends and saying that I was a horrible person and that I was a cheater and that I was unloyal, like weird stuff, like to the point where they were making people depressed and like about to kill themselves. It was really bad. What's your favorite holiday? There was one holiday that set the tone for me, but I've never really had it the same, and it was New Year's. I think I just love the concept of New Year's. Like, you're ending one year and you're starting fresh, and it really does feel like a new chapter, a new slate. I love the feeling of it, like going out with a bang. I love the fireworks. It's so beautiful to me. The only thing that I don't like about it is that it usually be cold. Why is it so cold? I want to be outside. What's the last book you read? I wouldn't say read, I more so listened to it, like an audiobook, and it was about numerology. Are you a clean or a messy person? I feel like I'm both because I'm just a girl, okay? And when I get ready, things get a little crazy because I gotta do my makeup and I gotta do my hair and I gotta find my outfit. So you gotta take everything out, and then by the time you get ready, you already wasted so much time. So you don't want to waste more time, waste the daylight or whatever by cleaning it all back up, especially when I'm, you know, making content all the time. So I feel like I'm a little bit of both because I have to clean to be able to make content. But to make content and or to go out, which is rare, it's gonna get dirty. And I like to cook too. That's a lot of pots and stuff. Like, it's just a lot. If I had to pay someone to help me and I could only have one thing, it would be a cook. No, it would be a nanny. It would be a housekeeper. Somebody that does, whoever does the most. Yeah, because a nanny or a housekeeper, like, can't they just order food? Like, I'd be like, look, you got my information. No, that's an assistant. Maybe have like 2 assistants. I need help. Okay, I need help. That's it, that's all. One thing I'm not though is dirty, okay? There's a difference between messy and dirty. Dirty will never be me, okay? What's your favorite family recipe? I don't really know because I wasn't really taught anything. The people in my family were never consistent enough to teach me things, so I didn't learn until I got my own house, and I ended up eating out a lot because that's not something that I did growing up. So I went on like a, what is it, a food rant? Y'all know what I'm talking about. And it made me realize that that food is not really good. So I just started looking up all these recipes, 5-star recipes for whatever I was craving online, and that's how I learned how to cook. So my favorite recipe is Puerto Rican food. Puerto Rican rice, arroz con gandules, pollo guisado, ibaritos, all of that stuff. I want to learn how to make alcapurria. Chinese food used to be my favorite food, but then I saw a lot of things and heard a lot of things and all that type of stuff, so it switched to Puerto Rican food. I just love it so much. Next would be seafood, and then after that, ramen, and then Mexican food, specifically tacos and street corn. What is your favorite movie? Oh my gosh, growing up, it was the Rugrats. That was the first, but the one that had me obsessed the most was Baby Geniuses. Where can I watch Baby Geniuses movie at? It says 2% on Rotten Tomatoes. What does that even mean? I've been trying to figure that out. When you look up a movie and it says like a percentage of tomatoes, what does that mean? Somebody put me on. Okay, Baby Geniuses came out in 1999, so I would have been 4 years old. It says rent an Apple TV for $3.99, buy it for $12.99, install on Sling TV. I'm gonna have to get it. Oh my god, that was my stuff. I was so obsessed with it. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that because currently the video runtime is at an hour, and so that means it's gonna take me at least an hour and a half to edit, and I want to get this up as soon as possible. I'm thinking I can, because life be lifing, I'm not gonna lie to you, and I'm also trying to be consistent on all my other platforms. Go to my Instagram and go ahead, follow your girl, like my recent comments, be in the comments for a follow back. I love you, Nessa Gang, and I'll see you in my next video. I hope you learned me a little bit better. Let me know how you guys felt about my answers, and if you made it to the end of the video, comment a heart emoji. If you watch it to the end, we're best friends for life. For lifers. I love you, Nessa Gang, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Oh wait, I can't do that anymore because the gimbal. Oh, hold on. I love you, Nessa Gang, and see me. I love you, Nessa Gang, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.